Hi, Andy Biggs here from Arizona's 5th Congressional District. I want to just give you a brief tutorial, if I can, of the way this place works in a very shortened fashion without going into too much detail. But it's important to understand that, first of all, Congress is a self-governing institution. It's like every legislative body in the country. We govern ourselves. We elect our leaders, we elect our rules, and as such, it's a very majoritarian type of body. It was designed to be that way. The only time we can't adapt our own rules is if we were to violate the United States Constitution in any way. So if you remember 2 years ago, the House went from being a majority of Republicans to a majority of Democrats. What that did is it allowed them to elect their leadership to the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, and Steny Hoyer and company. It also allowed them to control the rules. And that they did a number of things to protect Nancy Pelosi and diminish minority rights and participation in the United States Congress. And in so doing, they basically changed the rules that had been around, in some cases for many, many generations, in order to allow minorities, such as the Republican Party, the minority party, so that their members could actually adequately represent and voice their constituents' concerns. So the first thing they did 2 years ago was they made sure that you couldn't remove Nancy Pelosi. And so they put all kinds of procedural roadblocks to prevent that from happening. This time their package, their rules package, is designed not only to protect Nancy Pelosi, but is to further change the role that the Republican Party has in this. So let me give you some examples. They want to change the language that you use. So for instance, this is a left-wing mantra. So if I were to stand up and say I'm the proud husband of my wife for almost 40 years now, they would say that I had violated the rules because you can no longer use the term husband or father or any gender reference between man and woman. That is the kind of mendacious mentality that the left has here in controlling this place. They deny that right of speech in that way. Whether, and they're free to disagree with it, but the First Amendment allows me to express myself as a proud husband, father, and son, and brother. And they want to change the use of those terms, not just in the way we speak, but also in the documents we write. They also have some additional issues with regard to expression. They want to be able to discipline you if you have put out information that somehow somebody in the fake news labels fake news. And they want to be able to discipline members of Congress for that kind of speech as well. That kind of authoritarian tyranny is exactly what the founders and our brave men and women throughout generations have fought against. We want people to be able to express themselves. It is a lazy Republican form of government that says we will only protect free speech so long as you agree with me. We have to protect speech of everyone, whether you agree or disagree. That is part of the problem with what's going on. That is what they're doing. There's a whole other set of rules that they're trying to do that we know, they've admitted it in their conference. They want to change the rules to make it easier to implement the Green New Deal, that fiasco, and other hard left policies that they want to do. They have decided that not only do they want to have the majority, but they want to control us in a way that makes it easier to go hard left. I will tell you that I'll continue to fight against that. I know many of my colleagues will as well. I'm not going to give up on this freedom fight. It is a real fight. Make no mistake.